Summer's in the air, love is in the air, hormones running rampant, raging, I imagine. That's what we're gonna talk about. Welcome back to the channel. My name is Spencer O'Gallagher. Today's video is inspired by a lot of conversations I've been having with guy friends of mine recently as it relates to dating women, being fixated on women, going through breakups with women, and also balancing all of this and still being a person. How to be a person. How to be a person when you're crushing. How to be a person when you're infatuated. How to be a person when you're recovering from a breakup. Really just like how to be a person. Now, I know that's kind of like a weird angle. It's just like, wait, what are you talking about? Like, clearly I'm a person, clearly you're a person, this is a person, whatever. But really what I mean is I've had a lot of conversations recently where it's like, once you're fixated on the thing at hand, so often in this case, it's like fixated on the woman that you're crushing on, fixated on the relationship issues that you're having, fixated on recovering from the breakup and like, well, what am I doing with the breakup thing? Like, how do I get over it? What I'm noticing, you know, across the board, totally relatable with myself, totally seeing it in all my guy friends. I'm just noticing the common denominator in all these situations is losing a sense of self. How to go about all these situations and still be yourself, I'm realizing is mission critical. Literally, like at this point, it's starting to look like life or death. Because hey, like I said, how did I start this video? Summer's in the air, there's love in the air, hormones running rampant. Everything should be on this like upward scale of just like, hey, you know, for people in the Northern Hemisphere, if we're kicking off summer, if we're about to have a good time, if we're about to just enjoy our lives, relax and just be the people we are, how do we go about just like doing that and relaxing into that, trusting the process of being the people we just are without having to run these scripts or playing these mental chess games of like what we're doing socially in order to advance our dating lives or our relationship lives or whatever it's going to be. You know, I've been talking to a lot of guys recently. Where it's like, I've got this issue where I'm figuring out how to get my girlfriend to understand that I'm, you know, doing this thing and like, I don't, or I've got this issue where I can't stop thinking about the girls in my life. And I'm seeing this in my DMs. I'm like, you know what? At this point, I can't stop thinking about all the women in your lives either. And it's driving me crazy. And I can see right off the bat, to make this video short and sweet, all that we're missing here is something that I like to call, in fact, it's a term I coined with my girlfriend many, many years ago when her and I first started dating. We called it self-perpetuating adventure drive. It's kind of a silly mouthful there, but it's just, that's also the joke of it in itself. Self-perpetuating adventure drive, your will to go seek out adventure, to seek out life, to seek out a thrill for you, yourself, and you. Just for you. It's a self-perpetuating adventure drive. And the reason why my girlfriend and I coined this term is because that's frankly what got ourselves attracted to each other in the first place. Is because at the time when we were meeting, we were two people who both had this fire under ourselves, under our own asses to go live a fun life. You know, we had this self-perpetuating adventure drive where it's like, hey, like I wake up in the morning, I'm like, what do I want to do? You know, at the time, let's say like I'm single, like life's beautiful, I got cool friends, I got like, I at the time I'm like in school, at the time I'm like, I want to work out, like I could do anything. And every single day I was being fueled by the momentum of self-perpetuating adventure drive, the will to go live my life for myself and just for myself, not to further my social agendas, my romantic, parasocial relationship kind of things, not to further those agendas. Really just to go, and for instance, I was talking to a friend this morning on a FaceTime call, and he was telling me about like something he's done to like change his life in the last 2 weeks is he got a bike. He got a bike and he bikes around. You know, he lets loose on his bike. And in fact, he actually takes his women out on dates with like his bike and his like picnic basket and all these things. And this is something that he's been doing. And when I was hearing that on this FaceTime call this morning, I'm like, oh, dude, that's sick. It reminds me of this self-perpetuating adventure drive. And in fact, I noticed with myself, that's where I'm happiest too, is when I get up in the morning and I have an idea of how I'm going to live my life for me. How I'm going to scratch my itch, not to further my agendas with other people, not to influence my relationships, but really just because, hey, every single day, all you got is you. You wake up, you've got this person right here, whether you like it or not. It's kind of like, if you don't like it, you better start looking at that. And if you do like it, double down, my friend, because this is it. There's nothing else. And I'm also speaking as someone who, like I mentioned, I have a girlfriend. I'm speaking as someone who's in a 6-year-long relationship, and I still say, I'm looking you dead in the eyes through my camera, 6 years in a relationship, and guess what? This is it. You're still always on your own. You know, mommy's not going to come swoop in and save your life. It's not going to happen. No, not as much as you would like to think it's going to happen. It's not going to happen. At the end of the day, you are your own person. You are here to go about your life as you please, you know, respectfully, please. And when I say these things, I always feel like I have to put in this buffer where it's like, consider humanity, have some humanity, be a kind person, consider doing unto others as you would have done unto you. But no matter what, it's like, even that frame in itself, do unto others as you would have done unto you. Like, make it all about you, my friend. Set the standard of your existence, your self-perpetuating adventure drive, in order to continuously scratch your own itch. Because on the flip side, just to wrap up this video, another friend of mine, another guy in the DMs, he's always in my DMs kind of like having random epiphanies. What's up, Nishan? I love you, bro. He's always in my DMs having random epiphanies about the different like relationships and ideas he's having about himself and how he's relating to things. And I said to him just the other day, I said straight up, I'm like, bro, you know what? Like, I love you. I love these epiphanies. Love to hear it. It's cool to see. It gives me data. It gives me content for videos. But at the end of the day, like, you got to stop telling me about these epiphanies and just start living a lot of the things you're suggesting. Because a lot of the realizations these guys have, you guys have, that I have about how to find happiness in your life ultimately comes back to cutting your umbilical cord to all of the relationships, all of the attachments, all of the titillating sensations, cutting it out and living your life. And that's kind of what I told to my friend. I said to him, like, just start like doing the things you're telling me about. Start living it, start breathing it, start making it your thing, start making it your motto, start actually living that life. You know, fueling the fire of your self-perpetuating adventure drive. Even have some fun saying that word, self-perpetuating adventure drive. It's not even easy to say. Ooh, let it roll off your tongue. You know, like a lot of, in fact, even in the social dynamics community from years ago, formerly known as the PUA community, there was a concept called self-amusement. And it goes into this as well. It's in the camp of self-amusement of like, what are you going to do in order to stimulate your reality for yourself, which is only stimulating abundance, which only actually tends to attract people, attract opportunities to you. Just because really, like, I'm not talking about law of attraction. There's no LOA here. This is not a law of attraction rant, but it's like when you're going about the world with your self-perpetuating adventure drive, when you're going about the world scratching your own itch, when you're going about the world with your own like lust of curiosity, you will invariably be meeting new people. You will be attracting new people. You will be attracting new opportunities. You will be finding adventure, because that's actually the function of this attitude. That's the function of this motto, is what do I want? And what am I going to do to go get it? And hey, a lot of us, I fall in this camp. I don't even know what I want 3/4 of the time. I really don't even know what I want. I just know that I don't want to be looping in misery. I don't want to be looping on thoughts of like random, you know, like the guys in my DM, like random women in my head. Like, I don't want to be in that trap. I don't want to be in that rat race, that hypnotism. I don't want that. I have an idea of what I don't want. And instead I'm going to pivot my focus to like, what can I do in order to fill up my cup so that my cup is so full, so filled up that these other menial concerns, these trivial like how do I relate to her? Does she like me? We broke up. What do I do? Like, these trivial things don't take such a great effect on your existence because you're too damn busy living your life. You're too busy living your life. It's a funny thing to say. It's maybe a weird thing to make a video about, but it's also so important because I'm seeing it time and time again in my interpersonal conversations with my friends and also with conversations with clients. Time and time again, it's the same thing. Reacting to the others, reacting to situations outside of oneself, like a sitting duck, vulnerable, waiting for mommy to come rescue oneself, when we can cut that cord right now, cut that umbilical cord and make it uncomfortable, move on with your life and have some fun. Even if it hurts a bit, you got to scratch up your knees a little bit, whatever it's going to be. At least you set yourself up to be in a position to start living your life for yourself. Not waiting for any kind of permission, not waiting to be good enough because so-and-so loves you back, likes you back, or wants to like rub flesh with you. Not for any of that, but really just like, you know, I love my friend's example because I relate to it too. Like, I want to get on my bike and go on an adventure. Like, I actually love that. Nothing compares to that. You know, like, I want to go like explore some shit. A game I like to play with myself, if we're gonna, let's wrap up this video, 10 minutes, damn. Where does time go? call to action here, something I like to play around with, and anyone who's still watching, I suggest you can play around with this and let me know how it goes with you. You can even reach out to me on Instagram, find me at Spencer O'Gallagher, and let me know, how did this thought experiment go for you? Something I just personally play around with myself. I like to go about my day and pretend, or live, not even pretend, like live as if I were an investigative reporter, and I'm like literally like investigating my day to day, and I go about my day like just curious about everything, and I like look at things. I want to find clues, and like clues for what? I don't care. It doesn't matter. I'm just like, I'm looking around. I'm finding patterns. If I see someone that's interesting, I talk to them. You eradicate this concept of approach anxiety in this frame, because it's not about like, I'm gonna go talk to the person. Am I good enough? No, screw that. It's more like, who is that person? I need to know, because I'm running my investigative journalism here. Obviously, don't go talking to people being like, I'm running hey, you, I want to know you because I'm running a little investigative journalism thing right now and I want to know your name. It's not about that. It's more just something to hold in your head for yourself, where it's like, what if I were to go about my day insatiably curious about everything, every little detail, like what is going on here? Like I want all the data, all the facts, all the figures, and how to go about doing it is really just walking through your day with that intention of embracing every little detail, embracing the people you see around. You see someone interesting, you go talk to them. You see someone interesting, someone who looks vulnerable, might need some help. You just go talk to them, be like, hey, how you doing? What's up? And just see what happens there. And you let go, right? It's like relinquishing control. You completely relinquish control with this. And this is how you fuel that self-perpetuating adventure drive, where you're not attached to the outcome. You're not attached to what mommy's gonna think about you or how she's gonna love you back. And I know I'm kind of like roping in romantic interest in mommy, but like, yeah, I'm going Freudian on this one, my friend. I'm going Freudian all the way. You're not attached to that, but rather you're just waking up every day and you're like, hey, what am I doing today? Maybe I don't know. That's okay. Let's step outside. Or maybe start by like stepping out of my bed and being curious about everything that's happening along the way. And it's really triggering that observer. I'm observing my every single day while also letting myself participate and interact with the people and situations around me, kind of unlocking information and unlocking experiences, which fuels my self-perpetuating adventure drive. And again, let's completely wrap up this video and reinforce the importance of doing this. Why are we doing this? Well, hey, if you're still watching this, you're probably one of the people like the guys in my DMs. You're probably someone like me at many times, where it's like, if you get stuck in funks, mental funks, where you are trapped, like you are literally a sitting duck, just trapped in your own insanity of just like not knowing, what I am, or like what I am doing, is everything, does she, like these little funks of like not actually having a placement for yourself in this world, that needs to stop right now. Like, I'm not joking. That needs to stop right now. Nisha, no, it's not just Nisha. It's so many people. It's me too. I can only have this amount of passion if I'm speaking to myself too. It needs to stop right now, because what's the point? The end. Just like, what's the point? Like, listen. This is our life. You know, we could quote little Fight Club here. This is your life. It's ending 1 minute at a time. This is literally your life. It is literally ending. Your life is literally ending as you're watching this video. As this video is ending, your life is ending simultaneously, and it's happening. And what are we going to do about it? Sit anxious, wondering, waiting for approval. Or kind of like embrace that that's a reality, a part of us. Don't judge it. Don't judge it. I know I'm hard on it, but I don't judge it. And get on your bicycle and go fuck around and have some fun. Fire up that self-perpetuating adventure drive. Go fall in love with your every single day. Fall in love with being curious. Fall in love with asking people questions. Fall in love with, like, sometimes engaging with the world doesn't always feel so good. It's not always so pretty. But that's kind of like the art of being the journalist of your life, right? It's not always going to look so good. Just remain open, remain curious, remain playful about it, and let's call it the video. That's the video. Thank you for watching. Comment down below if you have any thoughts, whatever. This is the video I'm going with. Been off caffeine for a few days. Silence. Hit me up on Instagram if you have any compelling questions which could fuel into interesting video content. My @ is @Spencer O'Gallagher. I will respond to you there and we'll have some fun. See ya.